And now, another exciting episode of As the River Churns.
We are on. Okay.
Okay.
Well, we got the same problem, don't we? Let me scoot up here a little bit.
There we go.
There we go.
Okay.
We need to flip over the...
Yes.
I've noticed this is a lot harder when it's just the two of us.
It is a little bit.
Yeah.
It's a little bit harder.
Well, happy Tuesday, everybody.
Yes. Yes.
Nice day out there. I see some people playing croquet
They
out
are.
there through the blinds here. So,
Yep.
going to be nice 70-degree weather for the next couple days. I think we're going to get a little rain, and then starts to get colder.
Then it gets colder again.
Yeah, I think Monday night, it's going to be down in the 30s, so
Wow.
hard to believe, isn't it? I guess we're getting to that time of the year, though. We're
And we
just
turned
about,
back clocks.
so we're going to be turning clocks
This
back
weekend.
on Sunday morning at
Yeah.
1 a.m. So,
Yep.
Ryan, you can leave those
Crazy.
open if you want. That'd be great. I like seeing a little bit of sunshine coming in. Well, we hope everybody had a good weekend.
Yeah. Yep.
It was a good weekend. We had a little bit of rain on Sunday, but Saturday was a beautiful day.
It was.
You-
I was here Saturday.
You were here. You
I
were
was here
managing on
Saturday.
duty this weekend.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Had a good day.
Yeah.
I
I was the
think
week
it-
before, and you were last
Yeah.
week. So.
I think everybody was out on Saturday because it was such a nice, beautiful day.
Yeah.
I didn't see a lot of people inside the building, so
Yeah. That's probably a good
kind of
thing.
quiet. It was
Yeah.
kind of quiet, but
Yeah.
yep.
So you may have noticed that Michelle is back from her vacation.
She is.
And her and Brian have been tinkering with our set here. So
Yes. So
we're
we have
now
a little
up-
change up here.
yeah, we're out in front of the curtain now instead of being back behind the curtain.
Yep.
Not exactly behind the curtain. When the curtain's open, we're behind the curtain. So,
Right.
but yeah. All right, Brian, I think you're right. I think the blue curtain in the backdrop really does look
think it
much
looks
better.
good.
Yeah. So, okay.
Yep. Looks good.
All right, Lisa. Well, we got a trivia question today, or do we going to talk about
Well,
the photos
we have a
first?
couple. Yeah. So we had a wanted reward photo posted today.
Yeah.
So just want to talk a little bit about that.
Yes, we need to.
We had last Friday, I guess, 2 alligators came onto our property.
Yes, I saw that.
Okay, it's very unusual for our area
Yeah.
to have alligators.
Well, the part to me that was really interesting was that the alligators were on 2 feet instead of 4.
They were.
That was the amazing part.
They
to me.
were. So they've been spotted again.
Okay.
So now we've decided to put a reward out for them.
Gotcha.
And Homer Honeycakes
Yes.
has been given some very important information, like secret information, that they're going to be back here again tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Wednesday.
Okay, Wednesday, yeah.
So apparently they're coming back on property.
Yep.
So if you spot them, go get a selfie with them. And then after you take the selfie, send the picture to Brian or Destiny, Michelle, or myself. And we're going to collect all the pictures, and there will be a reward given to the one with the best picture.
Okay.
Okay? So tomorrow, we've heard these alligators will be somewhere on campus. Somewhere.
Somewhere.
There probably will be multiple sightings.
Yes.
So when you see them, go to them, take your picture, and then send it to us. And somebody, I think, is going to receive a reward.
Right.
So, very cool.
Right.
Because
Like,
we got to take care of
Maybe
these
some
alligators.
alligator on a stick or something, right?
Well,
Or-
it might be. You never know.
yeah. I don't know. It could be good. It could be really good.
Yep. And you mentioned Michelle's back,
Yeah.
and it's her birthday today.
Yes, it is.
So it's a very special day.
I don't think she minds us telling us that she's 73 today, right?
She said, can she retire here?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Now she wants to retire since we're 73. So.
Oh,
Now
she's
you're
got a
far
ways
from
from retirement.
She's far from 73.
Yes,
so
yes,
she's a
long
youngin'.
ways.
She's a youngin'.
And want to thank Brian for holding down the fort last week,
Yeah.
filling in for Michelle. So that
Appreciate
was
that,
great.
Brian.
Thank you for doing that. And we just also want to mention that Ken is usually our guest on Tuesdays.
Yeah.
And it was a sad day for him yesterday. His wife passed away, and she's been battling breast cancer for about 6 years now.
Yeah.
And several of you asked me I didn't know.
Yeah.
Why didn't I know?
Well, they're very private.
They're
people.
very private about this.
Especially
and
her.
She's wanted to keep
Yeah,
her
she's not wanting
her
anybody to know.
journey private. So so that's why. It's not that Ken didn't want to share. It's just that's been her wishes. So
Yeah.
our thoughts and prayers are with him today. So just wanted to put that out there that
Yeah, you never heard really Ken talking about it because
he didn't. He
You know, I
was
think
really
some of
quiet
us
about
knew that
that.
maybe she was sick, but we really didn't know much beyond that.
Correct.
So
Yep. Yep.
So yeah, so she's lost a long battle with cancer,
Right,
unfortunately.
right.
So
Yeah. So just keep him in your thoughts and prayers
Yeah.
this week,
So
especially.
he'll be gone. I think he comes back Friday.
Right.
Maybe.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. So
Okay.
okay.
I think we can talk about the trivia question
Yes.
then now, right?
Now we are to trivia. The question today is from an American trivia book that Kay Law gave me to borrow. So
Okay.
she said there's a lot of good trivia questions in there, and I found one. So we're going to call Michelle, 336-389-4103. So her number is the one we call again. And the prize today is
Yes.
beers. It's multiple beers. So we have
Lisa,
7.
I don't think beers, we've talked about this, I don't think beer is actually pluralized. I don't think there's an S at the end of it. I think it's just beer. Beer could be
Multiple
one
beer?
or multiple beer, yes.
That doesn't sound right. Multiple beer?
Beer, yes.
It's just beer. Okay, so we have beer for you. And there is 7 bottles of beer. And the reason there's 7, Brian will hide one, and you get a 6-pack. And then if you really want your bonus, you have to find it. Your 7th one is your bonus, and you have to find it. So he will hide it for you. Okay. Here's the question.
Wait a minute, unless he goes to church with the winner, because then
That's
we
true.
have found out that if he goes
We
to
did
church
find
with the
out
winner,
he doesn't hide it on
he
church
doesn't
members.
hide that one. Yeah,
8 members are safe.
8
Okay.
members are safe,
Okay.
yes.
So the question, what happened at Lincoln's second inauguration for the first time? What happened at Lincoln's second inauguration for the first time?
Oh,
This is it's kind of a tricky one.
think so?
Yes?
Yeah.
I think so.
I don't think I'd have any clue how to answer this
No,
one.
no. I had no idea.
I think I'd have to Google this one to be
Yes,
able to
I
find
would-
that
I
out,
would
so,
too.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, all right, well, so we'll see if we
Yep.
come back with a winner. So if not, Kay Law gets the beer?
Yes, she does.
Okay, because it's her book.
That's right. She deserves something.
She does deserve something, doesn't
Oh.
she? Okay, so let's get into the coronavirus statistics again. We pull our statistics from the North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services. And it's been 5 days since we did a last update, since last week. And so in those last 5 days, there have been 172,158 new completed tests done. That's about 34,000 a day on average. And out of the 172,000 tests, there have been 10,891 positive cases. So that works out to 6.3%. So maybe a little better than what we were seeing beginning of last week, but still a little higher than we want it to be. Let's see. Unfortunately, in the last 5 days, we've lost 129 more North Carolinians. We're at 4,211 deaths in our state. And we have 1,214 in the hospital as of today. That's 9 more than what we were last Thursday at this time. So we're doing our weekly testing today outside.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see what happens with that. As we mentioned last week, in our testing, we did 75 tests. We had 74 negatives, and then we had the one staff member who tested positive. We were going to retest that staff member, but I'll be honest with you, I have not heard whether or not we've gotten results back on that yet or not. And we tested all of the Wingfoot residents, and they were all negative last week. So we'll be testing the staff today and the Wingfoot residents again today. And so we'll see how that turns out. We'll probably be able to give you a quick update on Thursday when we have our special show on Thursday. And then, so I just, I found this little thing on last Thursday that I liked. It's cases within the last 7 days. So I was trying to look at cases within the last 7 days, who are the highest counties in the state. Mecklenburg was 1,514 cases. Wake, 1,001. Guilford, unfortunately, was third at 707. Forsyth County is 555, and Gaston County is 516. So I kind of picked the top 5 there. And then the other thing I was looking at was, every once in a while I talk to you about positive cases per 10,000 residents in each of the counties. And so, I like to do that because I think it gives it a little bit more perspective, because it's just not just cases, it's cases per the number of residents in the county, which I think is better because it's kind of more of it's more percentage-based or population-based. So when you do it that way, Wake is 188 cases per 10,000. Guilford is second with 210, and obviously you want to be the lower end of this, not the higher end. Forsyth is 229. Mecklenburg County is 302, and Gaston County, believe it or not, is 325. And so, when you plug that into the state's website and you look at it, you can also see, are there people that are more than 325? Well, there's a lot of counties that are way more than 325. So I just picked the ones that were over 400, because there are some, and there's 6 counties that are actually over 400 cases on average per 10,000 residents. So, and these are maybe not surprising. These are some of the states that have smaller populations. So, but they've had the cases there we're starting to see them kind of pop up a little bit. So the highest one is, and I'm probably not going to say this right, it's Duplin. I don't know if that's Duplin County or Duplin County. Mm-hmm. That's 472. Right behind them is Scotland County, and Scotland County is where Scotia Village is at 465. Robeson County is 458. Greene County is 451. Montgomery County is 436, and Sampson County is 429. And most of these counties are all down there on that kind of that the southeastern portion of our state. They're kind of most of them, not all of them, most of them are kind of clumped together right there. So maybe not surprising. I know when talking to our executive director at Scotia, he was telling us that, there's a lot of prisons down in that area, and we know the prisons have gotten hit hard. So that might be artificially inflating some of these numbers. Mm-hmm. And I say artificially, it's not really artificially because it's still cases, but, that might be an explanation as to why they're a little higher than everybody else. But, here we are sitting at 210 here in Guilford County per 10,000, and all of these are more than double what we are here. Wow. So I think it just helps to put some perspective to it.
Absolutely.
And then when you look at nursing homes and residential care facilities, of the 260, so actually there's 263,883 positive cases since we started tracking this back in March. Out of that, 19,765 are coming from residential care facilities and nursing homes, and that's 7.5%. We've been staying pretty much 7.5%. That's pretty much been the average coming from our industry. And then deaths, we've been just a little bit more than 50%. We were exactly 50% on Thursday last week, but we're 50.3% as of today. And there are 308 nursing homes and residential care facilities that are what considered to be an outbreak by the state. That's 6 more than what we were last Thursday. So we're staying right around that 300 mark is where we kind of seem to be keep coming back to. So anyway, that's statistics. I can't say it today. Statistics. It's like compartmentalization, right, Lisa?
Oh, gosh, I can't say that
or
one.
Booths,
No.
booths.
No.
So, okay.
No.
So, enough on that. So, what else do we want to talk about today?
Okay,
Lisa?
well, last night we had our holiday visitation memo go out.
Okay.
We've been talking about that on our show.
Yep.
That we've been discussing and kind of reviewing. Is there a way for us to open up more visitor opportunities during the holiday times.
Yeah, because we know there's a desire by some residents
Sure,
to have
absolutely.
that be able to be the case.
We get that.
Yeah.
But just how we were seeing things trend as our state and as our nation, really.
Yeah.
And the encouragement even from Dr. Fauci and other experts that during the holidays, it's going to be potential of spiking and things like that. We get that. So we really, it was hard for us to come to this decision because we want to be able to open up more. It just, we didn't feel it was in our community's best interest
Not yet.
to be able to do that.
No, not
So
yet.
unfortunately, we have kept our visitors to 2.
Yeah. And we know
so
that's hard. I mean, sometimes there's,
absolutely.
you know, you'll have children and they'll be married and they might have
I
a couple
know.
grandchildren
I
and you
know.
want to bring, all 3 or 4 at the same time.
Right,
And we
right.
get that, but we can't right now.
Right.
We're just
right.
not ready for that yet.
Yep,
We need
yep.
to be, honestly, I know it's hard, but we need to be happy with what we have at this point.
Right,
So.
right. So if anybody has questions of that they want us to address on the show, just please send them to myself or Michelle, and we can address those next week.
Yeah.
The information is also up on CareMerge, so if you
Yeah.
haven't checked your in-house mailbox, the information's under our COVID tab, so you can keep track of everything on there.
Thursday, I alluded to this earlier, but Thursday is when we're going to have, it's going to be really different this year because I'm
is.
used to doing this to a packed house with talking about,
Right.
Our budget for the year and kind
And
of
we
like
usually give them donuts.
we usually give them food. I
We
know.
do, donuts and coffee
That's
or
the only way I can keep
cookies
them
or-
awake. I mean, it's a long
We
meeting.
usually have
So that's going to be unfortunate
Little
that we
different.
can't. So,
Right.
but you all be able to watch from the comfort of your homes as I go through the PowerPoint presentation. Right. So there'll be a lot of information. I'm going to just warn you ahead of time. I've got a lot of slides to get through on Thursday. For those of you that have been to this meeting before, you know what it kind of entails. I kind of do a little bit of the state of the union kind of state of the community type thing. And we talk about occupancy, we talk about finances, we talk about a bunch of different things. But this time it's going to be a little different. I'm going to put a plug in for it. We're still going to do that stuff, but I've added a bunch of information about our sister communities this time and some pictures and illustrations because there's a lot going on in our sister communities.
Right.
The last couple of years have been all about River Landing.
True.
And what we've been doing here as far as adding on to our community, so our sister communities have been behind us in that regard, and so there's a lot to talk about. So there'll be a lot to share on Thursday. I think you'll find it pretty interesting meeting. So besides the fact that we do go ahead and talk about what the increase is going to be on January 1.
Yep.
So
Very good.
So yeah, I think it'll be a good meeting.
And it's time to talk about Black Friday specials.
Yes. My son used to get so upset when he would see Christmas commercials come out before Thanksgiving was even here. He would say, "That's not right. This is sacrilegious," and blah, 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 blah.
And here we are.
But, here comes the norm. I mean, the norm is now everybody. Is there such thing as Black Friday anymore with the sale?
I don't know. I mean, they've already started.
I was just going to
The
say.
sales have already started out there.
Yeah.
They're not waiting until
I
Black
went into
Friday.
Lowe's Food this morning, and they had a Christmas display of Christmas candy and everything else. So, I mean, it's
out there.
It's already out
It's
there.
out there.
Yeah.
So we want to join in.
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay. How are we going to do that, Lisa?
Okay. Up in the clubhouse.
Yeah.
I think most of you know, we've been talking about this. We have our pro shop up there.
Yeah.
That has a lot of great apparel.
Yep.
It has tumblers. It has bags. It has duffel bags. It has jackets. We have all these good
What are dumplings?
duffel bags.
Oh,
Duffel.
duffel. Oh. I didn't know what you were talking about.
Duffel bags. So we have all these great things up there. But it's time to get ready for some winter items.
Yeah.
But in order to do that,
We got to clean out the summer
we got to
stuff.
clean out the summer stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is our deal.
All right.
Okay.
I'm waiting with bated breath.
Okay.
Waiting with bated breath.
And hopefully you agree with
Bated
this,
breath.
Tom.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay?
All right.
Because Michelle and I kind of just went with
Uh-oh.
this. So we're hoping
That's scary.
We're hoping we have your approval.
Okay.
The pre-Black Friday special is going to start November 2nd through the 25th. So
Wow.
up until the day before Thanksgiving, we're going to be offering an additional
Yeah.
10% off
Oh my goodness.
all apparel and accessories, like the duffel bags.
The duffel.
and the tumblers. And you know why
The
we're
hats,
doing this.
the
hats,
shirts.
the shirts, the visors.
Yes.
What else do we have?
All kinds of good stuff up there.
All good things.
Yeah.
Okay. These are great gifts for Christmas,
Yeah, they are.
birthday, whatever
Yeah.
that may be.
Yes.
So an additional 10%. Why do I say that? Because
Yeah.
all residents and staff already
Already.
received 10% off.
Oh.
Okay? And
Eh.
golf members, the ones that have the memberships here,
Yeah.
they received 20% off. So what does this mean? You'll now receive 30% off, golf members, and us, staff and residents
Right.
that are not members, will receive 20% off.
That's awesome. Wow.
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a significant reduction.
Yeah, it is.
So shop. Do a lot of shopping. It's a great time
Shop
to shop
early.
for Christmas.
Shop early while it's got good selection up there.
Avoid the lines this way. It's very safe shopping here.
Very safe.
Yes.
Yes.
So it's only open to us.
And
So
the guys in
it's-
the pro shop would be glad to help you out with any of your
They
purchases.
would. They would.
Yeah.
And it gets charged right to your bill. I mean, right to your resident
You
bill
can't
each month.
It can't get any
easier than
No,
that.
it can't. It doesn't
So
get any easier.
buy now, pay later. I don't. It's kind of like that. So
All right.
okay.
So exciting. So we got a
Exciting. November 2nd. Mark
Black
the
November
calendar.
Black November sale
Yes.
going on at the pro
Yep.
shop. Okay.
Yep. Okay. I want to thank all the residents that helped stuff the goodie bags today.
Oh, good.
We're giving Halloween goodie bags to our staff on Friday as they come through and go through the screening checkpoint and the temperature checks. So we had several residents here today. It was so great. We had all the spots filled literally within an hour after the show of announcing it last week.
Wow.
People just volunteered like crazy.
Super.
And because we had so many volunteers, it didn't take long.
Yeah.
I think less than an hour, all the 350 bags were packed.
Wow.
So pretty amazing. So thank you all for doing that. Our staff will be very, very excited to get their goodie bag. Reverse raffle.
Yes.
Okay, today, we're supposed to be having our table drawings,
We
Tom.
are. Yes.
Guess what?
What?
We didn't sell all our tables. And just how it happened,
Yeah.
the tables broke out in ways that everyone is getting their first choice,
Okay.
except one couple. One couple, I did talk to them.
Yeah.
They were good with their second choice.
Okay.
Okay? So right now, we have 5 tables in the multipurpose room.
Which is right here.
Yep, right here, live. You'll get to
Live.
see Bubba live. You might even get an autograph.
Who knows? You might get more than you bargained for.
You might.
Bubba.
And we do have one table left open.
Yeah.
So there's still an opportunity. So everybody else that's already signed up for today, because we promised, everyone that signed up, you now are locked into your tables.
That's right.
But we are announcing we have one table left in the multipurpose room. The pub, that filled up.
Yeah, it's full.
We have 6 tables up there right now. But the T-side room, there's opportunity.
Yeah.
So if you have a group of folks that wants to get together, we actually have 6 tables
Yeah.
that are open in the T-side room.
Yep.
So opportunities are still there. So let us know if you want to get a table. Now, ticket sales, we're doing really good, but we still have more tickets to sell. So right now, we've sold about 180 out of the 300. So that also includes our table sales. So you can tell we still have many more tickets to go. But we're getting there. I'm feeling good where we're at.
That's 60% of our
That's
tickets are
pretty
sold
good.
so far.
That's pretty
so
good. But we do still have a ways to go. And just to remind everybody, all the proceeds from this, so your entire cost of your raffle ticket, all that goes to purchasing the meals for the meal packaging events. So that you can't have many charities where the entire proceeds go right to the actual packaging event. So that's pretty amazing. And anybody that's done that event, I had someone ask if we could share a little more of how the meal packaging actually goes when we do it.
Yeah.
And we set up tables. Before, we've set them up here in the multipurpose room. And we'll have one table area where people are literally packing the supplies. So when we do the beans and rice,
Yep.
one person's putting in beans, one person's putting in rice, a vitamin packet.
Yeah, it's pretty cool because
It's
it's like
pretty
a
neat.
funnel system that you have to have, and it's an assembly line,
It is,
basically,
it
right?
is, and everybody just joins in together.
And so you have a bag that actually each bag is the equivalent of 6 meals
Mm-hmm.
in each bag, and so that somebody puts the bag underneath the funnel.
Yep.
And then it's rice
Everybody
and
takes their turn.
beans, and it's
And
you
what
know,
goes last?
the rice goes last,
Rice goes
as we know.
last.
Rice goes last.
Yes.
And then that gets moved over into the weighers, and they
Yep.
weigh it to make sure that it's about the right weight,
Mm-hmm.
and there's a range there. And that's the reason you use rice last is because
Right.
they either add rice to get it up to where it needs to be or take
Or
rice
take it
away.
away. Yep.
And then they pass it on to the next person, which seals the bag.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, the bags are taken over to a packing
Yep.
station where they're packed into boxes
Mm-hmm.
and sealed up and put on pallets, and they're ready
then
to be
we
shipped.
send
at
them
that
out.
point.
So
It's a pretty cool
It
process.
is pretty amazing.
Yeah. And it's
Yeah.
a lot of fun.
It is.
And it's
It
worthwhile.
is.
You know, after a couple hours of doing that, you really feel like you've done something good for
Right.
somebody
Absolutely.
else. It's really
Yeah.
it's a feel good type event.
Yep,
So
yep. So hopefully we get an opportunity this spring.
yeah,
We're hoping.
that's what we're hoping.
So never know. But whenever we get the next opportunity, we'll be able to put a packaging event together. So very excited for that. So help us support that raffle. We'll just get that much closer to being able to sponsor a meal packaging here. Last item, just want to remind everybody we have the Service of Remembrance. That's this coming Sunday, November 1st. We will be broadcasting that at 4 o'clock on 1390. And for new folks, the Service of Remembrance is a time that we remember all the River Landing family members that have passed away.
Yeah.
So folks that we have worked and lived with here, just one more time to be able to remember our River Landing family.
Yeah,
So it's a very touching
It's
event.
a very special service.
It is, it is.
Yeah.
Yep, yep. So I just want to put that out there as a reminder. We have a few questions today.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Not any questions about drinking too much at the reverse
We
raffle.
didn't have any
or-
this time.
Okay.
That was just last week.
That was just
Yep,
you know,
none this week.
Okay, all right.
Are there any exceptions to the two-person rule for visitation? So we've kind of already touched on that.
Yeah, we kind of already said that.
We really are standing firm with the two-person rule at this point.
Yeah.
So we do get it with grandkids. It makes it more difficult.
It does, and we know that.
But right now, we just have to look out for the whole community, and we need to stick with our two-person rule. Now that healthcare residents are able to do outdoor visitation, can I see one of my friends in healthcare through a scheduled visitation? I thought that was a great question.
It is a great question.
And I know everybody wants to see each other. We are so used to it in this community that we all interact. Doesn't matter what level of care.
Right.
We are all one family.
Right.
So it's been hard being kind of separated from our healthcare family and friends. At this point, we're trying to make sure all family members have access to their loved one. That's where we're at right now. Loved ones have gone 7 months without seeing their family member. So right now our focus is on getting family members to be able to go through scheduled visitations.
Right.
And it's not just as easy as they all can come in at once.
Right.
They're all scheduled.
Yeah.
So it's every so many minutes, and then they have cleaning protocol in between times, so there's only so much time in a day that they can actually do the family visitations. So it kind of limits us right now, but I could see in the future,
Yeah, absolutely.
that's something that will come. It just right now, we are going to just focus on the family at the moment, and then we'll hopefully get further into this.
I think people don't realize that it takes a lot more coordination than what you
It
think.
does. It does.
To be able to set up and to do these visitations,
Exactly.
especially with the cleaning procedures we do after each
Yes.
visit and everything.
Yep.
Like you said, it's just not like we can go ahead and, hey, you
It's
come at
not.
10:15, you come at
No.
10:30, you come at 10:45. You can't do it that way.
It doesn't work like that.
No,
So, but I really appreciated that question because
Yeah.
I know as a community, this is how we've always been with each other. We visit with everybody.
And
So,
hopefully soon we can be able to
Right,
look at being able
right.
to do that kind of business.
Yep. Okay. Now that my small group is meeting again, can I order refreshments for my group? So that was a good question because that groups have started to meet again. We've had some Bible studies, we've had some book clubs, we've had the men's group, different groups like that.
Right.
We have said before in past communications, and we're continuing to say this, we are not doing any catering at this point.
Right.
So when you dine, eat together, drink together, it does increase risk. So that's why we are not doing group gatherings with catering.
Yeah.
So at this point, no caterings, and we hate to say that, but that's just for the best interest of the community right now. We need to stick with that, of no caterings.
Yeah. Yeah, that's another one that maybe someday we can start up again. But
Absolutely.
we're not ready
Yes.
to do that
Yep.
yet. There's a good bit of risk in that
Right,
when we do
right.
that. So,
Yep. This one kind of goes with that, Tom. Can I have a luncheon with my small group? If yes, will you do a special lunch menu or a buffet for my group? Well, okay, this is an interesting one. If you have a group that you want to have a luncheon with, you still have to follow normal protocols. So the hard part with that is we're just not encouraging the large gatherings at luncheons.
Not yet.
So if you want to eat with a group of 4, you can do that. I mean, that's, tables are up to 4 at this point.
Right.
So maybe you have we've had like a book club that has 8. Well, what they've done is they've reserved 2 tables of 4.
Right.
They know they can't be together because we're not at a point where we can say, okay, all 8 of you can eat at a table together.
Right.
So if you do have a small group like that book club, you could reserve 2 tables of 4 like that. But we just can't put you all together in a luncheon. And at this point, we cannot do a buffet.
No.
We're not doing that yet.
No, 'cause I think you all understand
yeah.
the risk of that with the buffet,
Yeah.
with everybody handling the same
Exactly.
utensils.
We're just
and
not
those
at
kinds of
that
things.
point yet.
Can't do
So
that yet.
I appreciate the question. I know everybody wants to get back to some normalcy.
Sure.
And I get that. And thank you for asking that, but we're just not at that point to be able to do that.
Yeah, we can't have large groups either. I mean,
We can't.
That
We
book
can't.
club with 2 tables is probably about
Right,
the most we
right.
can handle.
And
at
that's
this
about
point.
what we've been doing is
Yeah.
groups that size. We can manage that.
Yeah, we
but-
can't have anything really bigger than that at this
Right,
point. So
right. Yep.
we're not ready
Yep.
for that yet.
And it's still reservations as well. It's not where you just walk in. So it's calling in to schedule your tables. And there's so many slots at a time frame. So
That's
it's
true.
really hard for us to accommodate any large group at this point.
Okay.
Okay, that was it for questions.
All right.
Yep,
All right. So are we doing birthdays
we
now?
are. So yesterday was Faye Chambers and Betty Feather. And today is Terry Otten, Janice Webb, and Ann Freeman.
Oh, very good.
So happy birthday today.
Wow.
Staff birthdays, yesterday we didn't have any. Today, though, we have Michelle Jones, happy birthday again, and Fernando Perel in dining. We don't have any tomorrow, and on Thursday we have Fred Thomas in public safety, and Friday we have Kayla Dempsey in EVS, and this will be all the birthdays for the month of October.
Wow.
Then we'll start fresh again.
November.
So, yep.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
next week we'll have November birthdays.
Okay. Good deal. So did we
Okay.
have a trivia winner? We did not
No, we did
have a
not.
trivia winner. Did we have anybody who came
Wow.
close? Well,
Okay.
and
Okay.
So one of the answers that was given was the first time spoken at the White House,
Okay.
that it was done at the White House.
So
And that may be true, but that's not the answer.
It
we
might,
were
right.
looking
It could be.
for.
Yep. Could be. You never know. But according to, we're going to have to go by K-Law's trivia book.
K-Law,
So,
it's
yep,
the law.
It's the law.
Yeah.
So, Kay, I guess you have won the 6 or 7 beers. You never know. Just depends. If you can find the 7th one that Brian hides for you. Okay, the question was, what happened at Lincoln's second inauguration for the first time? The answer is, Lincoln's second inauguration marked the first time that African Americans participated in the inaugural parade. 4 companies of African American troops and lodges of Oddfellows and Masons marched. First time.
It's very interesting,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah. So, yeah,
That's-
that was it was a hard one. I said
was
it was a
just gonna
hard
say,
one.
I wouldn't have known that one.
Would have
for
had to
sure.
have Googled that one. So, but K-Law is the winner today.
Wow.
We haven't
know,
happened. This hasn't happened very much.
Is she really the winner, though? Because, she just gave us a book. She didn't give us the actual.
Well,
I mean, we might have
I don't
to
know.
think about that one a little bit. Kay may have to come and convince us that she should be the winner of this one. What do you think?
okay, you heard Tom. You have to come convince us.
Brian says, that's fine with me. I'll just take all 7 beers.
That's right.
then."
That's
So-
right. Oh.
So what do we got the rest of this week, Lisa?
Okay, rest of this week. Tomorrow we have the Furl program again, and the leadership session will be with Cindy Hawks and Brian Stroud. It was originally going to be Cindy and Ken, but
Yeah.
we have had to change that a little bit. So it's going to be Cindy and Brian now. So don't miss that. That's 3 o'clock tomorrow on 1390. Thursday we have the River Churns, but for that show is the annual increase in budget review meeting.
Yeah.
So don't forget, you want to make sure you tune in Thursday, 3 o'clock for that.
Yeah, and just another quick comment
Sure.
about that. So I'm still working on the final slides for that, but Michelle does a great job after that meeting of copying all those slides that I present, and we put them out in resident boxes.
Sure. Sure.
So if you're watching that, and I'll try and remember Thursday to repeat this, but
Right,
if you're
right.
watching on Thursday, don't feel like you've got to write
You don't have to take
100,000 notes.
Sure.
Because the slides actually will go ahead and photocopy and put them out.
And
in
we'll put them on
everybody's boxes.
Camera Merge too.
We can put them on Camera too.
Yeah,
That would
we
be
can
great.
do that as well.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yep.
Super.
Okay, and then Friday we are having a costume golf cart parade.
Parade.
It's kind of southern there. Parade for healthcare residents. So that's at 2:30 it starts, and the route is in the Encompass. So check that out. But that's a good time if you have residents, your friends in healthcare. You could go through with your golf cart, and you
Yeah.
could wave at them and say hello.
Yeah.
So that's a good time
You
to
have
take
to be
advantage
dressed
of
up,
that.
though? You have to be dressed up, though, don't
You don't have to, but we're encouraging people to dress up, or at least dress up your golf cart.
Right.
Are you dressing up, Tom?
I think because, I'm usually, you know this, you and I are usually
right.
gone to a conference
We are.
during October, the Halloween time, and so it's not going to be the case this
Right,
year. So yeah, I have a costume that I'm thinking about wearing. So
it's worth checking it out
yeah.
for Tom's costume.
And it's an alligator. Oh no, it's not an alligator. No, not the alligator. No.
I don't think it is.
So no, it's a little bit different. It's a little. I don't know how to say
It's
it.
unique. It's unique. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
It's worth seeing.
When I look at this costume, it takes me back to being a kid.
I could see that.
Yes. Yeah.
Yep.
So it should be fun.
I could see that.
And we would encourage residents to be wearing costumes on
Absolutely.
Friday, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. So I got a story from Wiz Horner,
Oh,
and
okay.
I liked it. And
Okay.
so the only problem with the story is that part of it is like off the page. So I'm going to have to try as I'm reading. The first part will go really
Did
smoothly.
you just realize this?
Well, no, but I don't know how to. I didn't know how to reprint it to get it to go right. So
Okay.
hopefully I can work my way
Okay.
through this. So this is called High School Reunion. Have you ever been guilty of looking at someone your own age and thinking, surely I can't look that old? Well, then you'll love this one if you do. My name is Alice Smith, and I was sitting in the waiting room for my first appointment with a new dentist. I noticed his diploma, which showed his full name. Suddenly, I remembered a tall, handsome, dark-haired boy with the same name who had been in my high school class some 40-odd years ago. Could this be the same guy that I had a secret crush on way back then? Upon seeing him, however, I quickly discarded any such thought. This balding, gray-haired man with deeply lined face was way too old to have been my classmate. After he examined my teeth, I asked him if he had attended Morgan Park High School. Yes, I did. I'm a Mustang, he beamed with pride. When did you graduate, I asked. He answered, in 1959. Why do you ask? You were in my class, I exclaimed. He looked at me closely. Then that ugly, old, bald, wrinkled, fat, gray, decrepit son of a gun asked, what did you teach?
Oh! Wow.
Not good, right?
No.
Not good.
Oh my gosh.
Wiz, thank you. I thought that was really,
That's a good one.
that's a good one, right?
Yes, that's a good
I
one.
thought that was a good one too. So
Wow.
thank you for sending that. And I can always use more material, so
Yes.
please feel
Yep.
free to send us jokes and pictures and questions and all that good stuff. But Thursday, I'm looking forward to our presentation,
Mm-hmm.
and So just again, this is a thing. It'll be a PowerPoint. So what will be showing on 1390 for the most part will be the PowerPoint, and you'll hear my voice talking through the PowerPoint.
Right,
Is what you're going
right.
to end up hearing on 1390. So
More of a presentation style.
it's
is what-
definitely presentation style.
Yeah.
It's not going to be like a show style type
Right,
thing.
right.
So very similar to what I do when I have it live and in person for the residents here in the multipurpose room.
The
But
burning question, will you have a joke?
you know what? I hadn't thought. No, because I don't have any jokes left.
Okay. So somebody needs to send in some jokes before
Yeah.
Thursday.
Otherwise-
Otherwise, you'll get whatever we pick out.
I know. I might have to just really scrounge around and see if I can find something if somebody doesn't send me something.
Yeah.
So,
So
yeah.
send some jokes.
All right. So we'll do that. I'll give you credit for it, unless you don't want me to.
That's right. You may not want the credit.
I can always say it's anonymous, right?
Absolutely. Oh,
Well, we hope you all have a great Tuesday. We know we got a storm coming in, tomorrow evening, I think, into Thursday. So, there really won't be much excuse not to be watching the show on Thursday, the presentation,
That's
because I think
true.
it's going to be
That's true.
raining most of Thursday, to be quite
yeah,
honest.
You're right.
So we'll see how that goes. But, we're seeing some fall weather starting to come in. 30-degree
Absolutely.
temperatures coming overnight
Yep.
starting next week. So, it's a great place to be, whether it's raining or snowing or sunshine or whatever. It's great to be here at River Landing. It's great to be home.
Absolutely. Yep.
We've been here long enough that we can call it home, I think, even though we don't
Absolutely.
technically live here. We spend a lot of time here,
We
so
do.
it
We
feels
do.
like home
Yep.
in a lot of ways. So,
And we'd love to live here.
yeah, no question.
So no question about
No
that.
question. I was just thinking about trying to quarantine myself again so that I'd have to stay in the staycation unit for
love
another
it.
week or two. So
Yep.
it was great when I was here.
Oh.
So, well, you all enjoy your afternoon, and we'll see you again on Thursday. Don't forget about Furl tomorrow. Come out and support Brian and Cindy.
Yep.
All right, we love you all. Have a great evening.